The desert did not care that Hagar was running. Sand stretched without sympathy. The sun pressed down like a question with no good answer. Each step pulled more strength from her than she could afford, but stopping felt worse than dying. Behind her lay tents and voices and a promise that had never been meant for her. Sari's anger still rang in her ears, not loud, not cruel, just sharp with disappointment that needed somewhere to land. Abram had looked away. He always did. Hagar walked until walking became instinct and instinct became desperation. The water skin grew light. Ishbel shifted inside her, a small, insistent weight, as if reminding her that she was no longer only herself. "I did not ask for this," she said aloud, echoing words she had learned from her mistress, from watching Faith bruise people it loved. She reached a spring just as her knees began to fail. It was nothing special, just a thin thread of water pulling itself up from the ground, but she fell beside it, as if it were mercy made visible. She drank, slow and shaking, and let the tears come because there was no one left to impress. That was when the voice spoke, not from the sky, not from inside her head, but from the space beside her, as intimate as breath. Hagar. She froze. No one had ever said her name like that, cleanly, without ownership. Not servant, not slave, not her girl, just Hagar. She turned, heart hammering, and saw, not a form she could describe, a presence held together by attention. It did not block the light. It did not burn. It waited. "Where have you come from?" the voice asked gently. "And where are you going?" The questions undid her. "I am running," she said, because honesty had finally become easier than survival. "I am running because there is no place for me to stand." The presence did not argue. It did not explain Sarai. It did not correct Abram. It did not pretend the desert was fair. Instead, it said, "I see you." The word struck deeper than comfort. Seen meant known. Known meant she was not invisible, not to the one who shaped sand and sky and breath. "You are carrying a son," the voice continued. "He will live. He will struggle. He will be free." Hagar pressed her forehead to the ground. She had been promised many things before: safety, belonging, protection, but they had always depended on someone else's mood. This promise did not. It rested on sight. "You will return," the voice said, not as command, but as direction. "Not because you are weak, but because the story is not finished." When the presence withdrew, the desert was the same. The sun still burned. The road still waited. But Hagar was different. She looked at the spring, at the water that had not asked her name, but had still risen to meet her. She laughed once, breathless and incredulous. "You are the God who sees me," she said aloud. No one corrected her. She returned not healed, not triumphant, but anchored. She returned carrying a secret no one else in the camp would ever fully understand, that God had met her where she was most alone and had spoken her name without condition. Years later, when she would wander this desert again, this time with a child crying beside her, she would remember the spring. She would remember that being seen once changes you forever, even when the world looks away, especially then.